Hey, what's up? Tyler Watson here with the Unstoppablepreneur, and today's video we're going to talk about fear of talking in front of people. And if you're anything like I was, I did not used to like talking in front of people. In fact, I remember when I was a little kid, my mom, we were in church, and my mom, we were sitting down, and in our church we'd get up and we'd go like share your testimony and how good it felt of believing in God and all this stuff. And I remember walking up to this podium, and it was there wasn't even very many people there. But because of my past beliefs and growing up with some insecurities, when I walked up to the front, I remember it felt like the longest walk ever. And I finally got my courage up and I'm like, yes, I'm going to do this. And so I go up to it and I remember holding the podium and I look over and I smile. And as I start to talk, I hear people laughing. And back then, I used to be made fun of a lot, and especially for my teeth. I had a gap and all this stuff, and I took it very personal. And I remember as I spoke in front of those people, I remember walking back and making a decision that I would never talk in front of anyone ever again. And years this happened, and I think I was like 7 or 8 at the time. And that for years and years and years and years, I never did that again. My mom always was trying to push me and prod me, but yet inside, I had made a decision that people were out to get me. People thought I looked funny. People didn't actually want me. And I had this disconnection occur. And why are most people afraid of speaking in front of others? Well, here's why. When we grow up, I guess it depends if we're grown up or not. But when we grow up, one day I want to be a grown up. So one day, well, when we grow older, we have all of these experiences, right? So when you're in front, and let's say this reminds you of your dad, this person reminds you of your mom, this one's maybe your brother, your sister, and all these people, maybe this one's someone at the store, all these people you start to form interpretations around. And if any one of them has ever caused, or you felt like they have caused, a disconnection in your life, some sort of pain or interpretation of pain, then speaking in front of people, the reason why it's so scary for so many people is because when you're standing in front of people and you're looking over the audience or you're looking in front of a group of people, you're unconsciously, subconsciously, in all parts of your body are interpreting all of these stories that you've had from people. And if anyone is similar to them, your body will actually have that same physiological response from that very source of pain. So what does that mean? It means, let's say your mom yells at you or she says something that's like, you'll never amount to anything, or you go and do it and it's not done perfectly, and then you feel like you have to be perfect to finally feel good enough. Well, what happens is you're standing in front of a group of people. Let's say your mom has red hair, and then you're standing in front of a group of people, and for some reason, your mind or body picks up a reminder in this other person that might not even look like your mom at all. But your body interprets it as saying, okay, this reminds me of mom. Mom reminds me of pain. And that's why it is the number one fear on the planet, even over death itself, is to speak in front of others, because so many of us have accumulated a lot of disconnections, a lot of pains. And when we go and speak in front of people, those things are re-stimulated super fast, just happening instantaneously. And I, growing up, had a lot of fear, a lot of insecurity. And I was the kid who wanted to be the loner. I didn't have any friends growing up. And I had made that vow that I was never going to speak in front of people again. However, as I started to get a career and started to coach and speak and do all these things, I realized like this is not going to serve me. I need to figure out why I'm so afraid, terrified to talk in front of people. I even joined some things in high school, but it was so difficult in drama and everything. It was really tough for me to present, to talk to people. And this is why. So if this is happening to you where you're trying to go speak in front of people and you get shut down, realize that it's not entirely your fault. It's just your body's interpretations of your past experiences, and they're being reflected out by whoever's in the audience. Which is why, as a speaker or as someone who's going to present in front of people, the more you work on yourself and align and change so that those interpretations are disconnected or reconnected, those disconnections are reconnected, right? Then when you go look at these people, instead of fearing them, doubting them, or running, or just not wanting to do it, procrastinating, letting go, you'll say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go present. It's going to be awesome. And you do an amazing job. Hopefully this helps give some context. A lot of people just think they're afraid because they're afraid, but there's a lot bigger reason there. And I want you to understand this, because if you can understand this, then that's the first step to changing it, is knowing what's actually going on. So the next time you get up or something happens and you feel this fear, realize that it's not just the fear. It's not just some hidden thing. Someone in the audience, someone in the room is reminding you of someone in your history, and that history is due to has had a disconnection in your life, and your body is wanting to run from that because it represents pain. So you can acknowledge it, number one. Number two, if you would like to change it, you can do, I call aligning, but you can align so that you can reconnect these and help your body feel complete again. So I had to do some work on myself, and as I started to do this, now I can be in front of any number of audience, whether it's very small or very big. And also the opposite happens. Some people can speak in front of large groups, but not in like 2 or 3, because in 2 or 3, it's more intimate. There's more room for error, I guess. And so people can fear just a couple versus the masses, because if you get enough people, it'll block this at times and say, okay, now no one even represents anyone. But if you really want to make a difference in someone's life, you have to speak to the one. And in order to speak to the one, you must not be afraid of the one. You have to reconnect so that people in your life, your family, the people you've been around, you can feel happier, more connected, and more powerful. Cool? You would like, you can, if you want to hear more of these videos, you can also always subscribe. I'm going to be you can also check out, if you want to learn how to reconnect this, there's a video down below, and I'll link it to the abundance alignment technique, so you can see some of the process of how I actually help people and how you can help yourself reconnect all these disconnections so that you can move forward without all the frustration and the hesitation and going in circles and procrastinating, right? Cool. All right, well, that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. Again, if you want to hear more from me, you want to hang out a little bit more, subscribe. I'd love to have you on this channel, and hopefully you can get some good ideas, and instead of being reactive to the situations, take it, observe it, and then change it. Cool? All right, we'll see you in the next video.